about a certain individual who was trying to help us, and his identity got splattered all over the internet, and boy, he wasn't happy about that. That hurt us real bad. There was a bunch of convoluted mess over that too. It was put out there wrong. Something about some kind of Nazi junk I don't even know anything about that people are swearing up and down I'm in the middle of, and I don't even know it. Never even saw the document. But anyway, that stuff happened. But the funding is a real tough issue. I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay, well, I appreciate you taking the time. Go ahead.
Well, we are going to get the funding, but it's just a matter of all the steps necessary to complete. There's been a lot of hoops we've had to jump through. So far, we've jumped through every one, and but that's what they're sharing with me now is the things we got to do to get this nation put together properly.
Now, until we are a nation, then there's no way that we get any sort of documents or papers or anything
We're not gonna,
signifying?
Well, possibly we may have one or two nations that might actually do it anyway, but that's not a guarantee yet. But most of them are saying they're not going to give us. We've got the nod, but we haven't got the letter. They approve and they support us, but yet they're not going to. The problem that we're having with the nations, almost all of the nations we've talked to are 100% on board with what we're doing, but they don't want to upset the corporation because the corporation has the biggest army on the earth, and they don't like that because they have threatened many nations in the past, and our military has been used to threaten many nations, unfortunately, and God bless our military. I think that a lot of those guys will be glad to see that stop. But the issue is a big concern of many of these nations because they don't want to provoke the beast, and it is a beast when it gets provoked, and they're scared of it. But once it's gone, and once we are in position, you're gonna see all the nations come forward, and it'll overwhelm you. It'll be so fast. Because they do want to support what we're doing. They do support it, but they don't do it openly yet because they're afraid of the corporation and the backlash.
Are there any Republic of the United States documents for us personally, for the grand juries or for the elected legislatures and the judicial bodies?
You mean, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Well, I know when we talked on a call several weeks ago, the question was about having our personal diplomatic papers.
Oh, yes. Yes, the IDs are coming soon. That's all I can say. I'm not going to tell you to put a date on it. The equipment has already been ordered to make them, and we're waiting on it to come in. And I'm not going to start advertising that yet because I'll get hammered 1,000. I'll get 10,000 requests for ID, but so we're not going to talk about the ID stuff and when it's going to be available. I'll just say that it's already been ordered.
Let me ask it in a different way. Do we have to be a nation before we can obtain it, or would those coincide with one another?
It's all going to come together at the same time. Yes, you do. Your Congress has got to authorize it, actually.
Okay.
That's all part of the lawful protocols. The Congress has to meet and say, we are a republic, this is our name, and these are our laws, and they have to authorize everything that we do, and it has to be done and documented that it was done, and that way we can document the republic. Right now we don't have all of that together, but it's coming together. But there's a few things we got to do. We got to get Congress to do this. Well, we need their committees because of all of these bills, and I've worked a lot of hours putting simple bills together. They're not complex bills. We don't need complex bills. We need very simple, straightforward, bottom line, get it done language. So we won't spend countless years reinterpreting what we're talking about. We don't need 1,000-page bills. We need 1- and 2-page bills that says, okay, we're going to do this. A bill is a very simple thing. They don't have to be all that complex. All of that stuff was put in there for attorneys to be able to make money off of. That's all. So they could reinterpret and reinterpret and reinterpret. And that's all,
a great point.
All it's for. And so plain language works in law. It works very good in law.
I appreciate the time and the assistance.
All right. God bless you.
Okay, we're going to bring on area code 217. Go ahead, you have the floor. Okay, they just hung up. We're going to bring on area code 916. Go ahead, you have the floor.
Was that 916?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, all of you guys. Thanks so much. This is Diane Thomas from California, Senator from California.
How are you?
Diane.
I have a question and a comment. My comment, first of all, thank you, Tad, for your suggestion. It's right on line with what I just wanted to say that I, for one, welcome your guidance and advice, and I believe that most of us need it to get us online as quickly as possible. So anything that you can suggest, Tim, I feel that we're all open for. My question is, if someone is currently in the de facto jurisdiction, for example, in a court situation, whether it be IRS or whatever, how will the de jure grand juries be able to compel the de facto courts to release jurisdiction over that individual?
Well, basically what they have to do is review the case and see if their rights were violated, and they will go through their attorney general in the state, or either, depending on if it's a state case, or they'll go through the attorney general of the republic if it's a federal case, and he will issue a letter down to that court and explain to them what they did wrong. And this will be according to the investigation of the grand jury, and inform him that he is in violation of the law and subject to arrest and trial under the republic. That'll probably increase the pucker factor quite significantly, I imagine, at that point.
I hope
because
so.
They know what we're saying. Well, once we get everything lawfully in place, we are in power, regardless of what they like or don't like. They're scared of this republic, I'm telling you. They're terrified of this republic because they know that we are the power, because the people represent it. And that's what they're scared of. They're very much afraid of it.
Well, thanks so much. You guys are doing a great job. You have a good evening.
All right, and all of those procedures are going to be developed by Congress and put into the law. And I'm working on some of that stuff now, the details, but it's going to have to go to Congress, and they're going to have to put their tweak it however they like it and make it right the way they want it and vote on it and approve it, because I can't do that. They have to do it.
Okay, thanks so much. God bless you, Tim.
God bless you, Diane.
Thank you, Diane. We've been praying for you, too. All right, we're going to bring on area code 970. Please go ahead. You have the floor.
Yeah, this is Cliff Strasser from the Colorado Republic, a recent re-inhabitant. I have a couple of quick questions.
Yes, sir.
First, the highly contested original 13th Amendment about the titles of nobility.
Yes.
Is that in our organic Constitution?
It is.
Or will be part of it?
I do believe it's going to be subject to review by the Congress. I've been given some information recently that it might not have been done properly. I don't know that. That's going to have to be investigated by Congress, and they're going to decide. That's something that they need to do. There are a number of things with the original Constitution that they're going to have to address, and that's one of them.
Okay,
I can't say what they'll do or won't do. I can't tell you.
Right, no, I understand that. I was just curious if it was a point of contention when they assemble or adjourn or whatever,
Yes, there is a big point of contention there over that, I can tell you.
Because this is what got, I believe that's what got us into this mess. But my other question is, my understanding from what I've been hearing tonight on the phone call is once our republic, the government structure, is documented and essentially established, is that the point when we are afforded the full protection of our organic constitution?
Absolutely. We are afforded that protection, and it will be upheld by the world.
So previous to that, as of like today, we're still kind of in limbo between our republic and the de facto as far as protection goes.
Well, we do have some protection because that's the reason I sent the original documents out to the world and let them know we haven't re-inhabited, even though and I explained to them that our Congress was being put together and all this kind of stuff. I explained it to them. And I didn't tell them we were completed. I told them we had re-inhabited and that our Congress was being formed and we would be convening and all the things that we're doing and putting everything together properly. So they're aware of the position we were in, and we're further along now and more advanced than we were then. The reason I did that is so that the whole world would know we are moving. The people are standing up in this country. And there is some measure of protection internationally because of our Constitution. And that's one of the things. The other protection we have is we are a peaceful movement. We're not trying to declare war or hurt anybody. We're not trying to do anything to anybody. We're just trying to live in peace and be free, as our law allows us to do. And there's no law against that.
So one other quick thing. So once our government structure is documented, we're established as a republic, when the de facto goes down, what happens to the fiction, all of the contracts and everything that we've adhered to, the adhesion contracts?
Well,
what happens to those?
That goes with the de facto, and we haven't, even though we may have some limited liability in those things not because of that we made the agreements, but because our assets are on the line for the agreement, not some of our lands are on the line for the agreement. So we may have some limited liability involved because of that. Those are treaties and agreements that will have to be renegotiated by our Congress and our people.
Okay.
Our position on that is that all of these will have to be renegotiated because our Congress did not lawfully have the authority to do, or the de facto Congress did not have the lawful authority and consent of we the people to do what they did.
Exactly. Okay, well that concludes my short, brief questions, and I appreciate everything you gentlemen are doing, and God bless you. You guys have a great night.
God bless you, buddy, and you have a wonderful night, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, God bless you. I think one of the main protections that we have, Tim, is our Lord and Savior, which is, you constantly remind me of that, and if we just keep our faith there, we're going to be good. We're going to be bringing on a call from Georgia, area code 770. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Hello.
Hello.
Just had a baby chick hatch out in my incubator. I hope that's symbolic of...
That's great. I love that. I used to hatch them myself. I love it.
Yeah.
I had a 5,000 egg incubator.
Well, this one holds like maybe about 3-4 dozen, something like that.
Yep.
What we can do to help, I want you to know you're ever in our prayers. I'm sorry that some people are being difficult. It's just we're concerned and got a lot of questions.
Well, we are.
I was just wondering about...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes,